So hi guys and welcome back to our channel Sharang and Sharvari. Now we have made a video after a very long time is what you guys must be thinking. And today we are going to bring to the topic table a very nice topic. Um,
Yeah, the topic is doom scrolling and phone
I
addiction.
am so surprised how correct the timing can be because that is exactly what we are going
Yes,
to
this
talk
was in
about.
no way a staged event with
So,
badly acted people. I know.
so I'm so glad that we could have this moment captured right here on camera because doom scrolling is what we are going to be talking about today. Doom scrolling and phone addiction are some areas that we are going to touch upon. It is very funny, ironic, and this video is not meant to be a jab at some people. But I would like you to, Sharon, maybe put your opinion, not your phone, on the table.
Well, I am not going to say anything about this. It's one of the rare occasions where I shut my mouth up and I'm not my usual opinionated self, simply because lecturing people on doom scrolling would make me feel like the biggest hypocrite in the world. I, uh, so yeah, I think you should take this video forward and I'll give my perspective later.
Okay, fair enough. So I can say that doom scrolling is something that is literally an epidemic nowadays. Like, you go to a cafe, your friend is late. What do? The first thing is you take out your phone. You never think about, reading the menu. You never think about talking to other people in the cafe. You never think about looking outside. Why is it that everyone is always on their phone? And I think the origin of all of this began when phones came into being, or rather, social media came into being, is what I think.
No, I think you because maybe you're too young. You like I remember those old clunky phones, where you had to like if you wanted to type S and T, you had to like tuk those kind of phones. And doom scrolling wasn't a thing. So this is with the invention of smartphones, in particular, and the internet, when everyone has internet on their phone.
Okay, I would say one thing that I'm not that old.
No, you're too young. You're that.
No, I mean to say I am old. So, like,
Okay.
literally, for those of
Yes.
the audience who don't know, we're literally just 2 years apart.
Uh-huh.
So, we have, lived pretty much the
I'm an
same
old
life.
man inside.
Yeah, he sometimes forgets that, but let's not even go there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess this started originally when smartphones with, all your Facebook, your WhatsApp, your Instagram came into being. And when I look back, actually, I remember I had a pretty basic phone, as you said. So I used to have that, I think it was a Nokia or a Samsung, and it was just to text my mom that I reached my tuition class on time. That was the only purpose of that phone. Of course, me and my friends used to text on it. We were like, did you come to school? What happened in school? And like that phone used to be used for that. But I remember it just had that snake game on it. If I mean, like Gen Zs. I mean, I'm a Gen Z myself, but I'm kind of on the border. But Gen Zs don't even like. Let's not even go
Yeah, they
there.
have no idea.
You'll never like understand what you're talking about when we say the snake game. But all those people who were Nokia users might know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So I think this is what happened. And to kind of go back and remember, I recall the first time actually seeing doom scrolling happening was when me and my friends were having a sleeper. I think we might have been about 18 or 19. And there was this new app which we had discovered. It was called Instagram. So it was very new at that time. And we had just recently downloaded it. And I saw her just going through her feed, liking pictures and whatnot. So I said to her, you're not here with us. We have gathered here, we're having fun, but you're literally on your phone all the time and it's not good. So you should not do this. That was one of the first instances that I remember that I actually scolded someone for doing doom scrolling. After that, I became a victim of it myself. I am very guilty of doing it many, many times, but now I have come to terms with it and I'm trying to become better. Yeah. I wouldn't say I'm perfect, I still doom scroll, but the intensity in which I use my phone is pretty less. First, let us hear Sharang's experience, then I'll come to how to stop doom scrolling because now you guys might be wondering, okay, like we need a solution, Sharvari. You can't just lecture us about how not to doom scroll. So let's hear it from
I
you.
mean, yeah, like I said, like I don't, the one thing I try to avoid is hypocrisy. And so, yeah, like I myself am guilty of doom scrolling. I'm not sure if it's doom scrolling or not, but like I frequently don't like to talk to people and I like to be by myself. So I'll just hear something and play chess, and I use it as a means to, not talk to people. Is it good or bad? I don't know.
Now it's used to avoid your wife, but yeah.
Well, I mean, only when she's annoying. Well,
So
I'm kidding.
it would make
I'm
me
kidding.
concerned because you have it in your ear all the time. So
I'm kidding. Let's focus. Your father's watching this. Like, come on, let's focus.
so yeah, you were saying.
I'm just joking, uncle. I love listening to your daughter talk on and on and on. I know everything. Okay. Okay. Before your father tries to kill me, like, let's proceed.
Yeah. So you were saying.
No, I was just saying I doom scroll and like I use it to, I don't know, avoid people. And but I was always that way. So before doom scrolling existed, I would take a book and avoid people. So that's literally. I think there is a class of introverts or whatever who just use their phones or books or just like to. They don't like to hang out with people beyond a certain point. They would rather be alone with their own thoughts. So I don't know. But yeah, maybe too much doom scrolling. Would lead to like so whenever you see something new and exciting on TikTok or whatever, there's a kick of dopamine, right? And too much dopamine would oversaturate your nervous system, leading to fatigue, and then like life won't you won't find it too exciting because you're continuously doom scrolling. And I think social media, particularly where you're constantly comparing yourself to other people, is extremely toxic. And I'm not on social media, so I have an Instagram account, but I literally post and ghost. I'll post something and I literally delete my account like 5 minutes later. And I am on YouTube, but that's not exactly the social media. And I often learn new things on it. So I genuinely use YouTube to learn shit and back to each other.
That's good. I mean, I like the last point that you're making, that you are not on social media. So, but for those who may not choose that as an option, like I personally cannot live with social media without. Sorry, I can't live without it. So I need to, have some kind of information. I think social media is also a great way of staying connected to the outside world. So you can sit here, you can get to read about what's happening in other parts of the world, what is new, what's going on, new trends, new stuff. But again, here is where I will now the psychologist in me is coming out. So here is where I will reiterate on the importance of having a healthy virtual space. So people don't exactly know what I'm talking about here, but just as you draw boundaries with people around you or situations, or you have certain no-goes, make your social media that. Set a time limit. I'm not kidding, it really works. Set a time limit. I will doom scroll for half an hour and stick to that half an hour. So if you start doom scrolling at 9, your phone should be down by 9:30. And you train your brain not to see social media after that point. You also have apps for that now, so you can block things, you can block apps and all of that. So make use of that. People.
Please block people who you find annoying. Block someone.
Exactly. So you're setting boundaries, and do that for your social media because it will definitely help you. That is one point I would like to make. Second, if you really want to doom scroll, at least go for good content. So sometimes we tend to go into this toxic loop of seeing content that is not really serving our purpose. So some people find it really difficult to like read about death, read about tragedy in the world, and that kind of depresses you further. So choose what you want to allow in your life and what you do not. In my case, when I doom scroll, it's mostly food because I love it. It's movies because I love movies, as everyone knows, and it's about I would say latest fashion trends. I love following that. So
dogs and babies.
Not exactly, but fine. That was me in college, not anymore. Now I'm like a wife, so food and all this stuff. That this might seem a lot stereotypical, but I don't care. It is what it is.
Someone needs to cook, and
yeah, because he can't, and he never took the pains to learn.
Okay.
So, he never took the pains to learn.
I mean, I knew I was going to find a wife. I mean,
And thank God, like thank his lucky stars that I can at least cook somewhat.
I knew I was going to find a slave. I mean, a wife. I'm so shit. Your dad watches. Anyway, please.
I just like I can picturize my dad not writing anything in his will for you. I can picturize it.
That's fine.
This space is very dark now, so let's go back to the original topic at hand, that is doom scrolling. So anyway, if you want to succeed at life, ignore Sharag.
Like, as I ignore all of you.
I think this video is just us having
us.
fun now. But okay, anyway, coming to the main point. So that is what I said, that choose what you're going to allow in your space, and also feel free to unfollow people on social media as well as real life. I'm not kidding. This really helps. There are some people who are just so toxic, they do not serve your purpose at all. You get agitated just seeing them. Why do you want that kind of negativity in your space? Just unfollow them, mute them, restrict them. I mean, Instagram has a lot of options nowadays. So just serve, go for what serves you is what I would recommend. And also make sure that you are also spreading positivity. There is a difference between toxic positivity and positivity. The difference is such that you do not need to, show that you're happy all the time. People have issues, people have things going on, but at least make sure that your social media doesn't reflect it. There's no need to post each and everything that happens in your life.
Yeah.
And then you end up doom scrolling because you're comparing how your life is bad.
Yeah.
Compared to other people, like what he said.
And one thing that I've noticed about people, especially on social media, right, is that they'll be complaining about their lives, but they don't really take into account that they're complaining about the people in their lives, and they don't take into account their privacy and things like that. So I've seen this very, very toxic trend where both men and women do it. So men and women will be complaining about each other's, about their husbands and wives online. Guys, that's the beginning of a breakup. Like I would not want to be in a relationship where personal details were being discussed on a online platform full of degenerates. No offense, but I wouldn't want that. So yeah, you have the right to share whatever you want. That's your choice. I would never tell you otherwise. But there are other people involved, especially in a relationship, and they're trusting you with their personal things. So always ask their permission, ask their consent. It's like every other part of a relationship, consent is like critical, So just ask their consent before you talk about your argument, because maybe to you it's something very trivial or funny, but they might not see that.
Like people can be affected by anything, and it's very important that you're sensitive to these matters, because what you think as a joke can be something super triggering for someone else. So I remember actually that I think we had just started dating, and I really wanted to post a picture with you.
Yeah.
So I remember that I had asked him if it would be okay to post a picture with him, and he was very surprised. He was like, "Yeah, of course you can go ahead," and all of those things. Yeah. And then he asked me, I think you asked me the question, why did you, even ask me? And I said, because it's very important. If your face is going on social media, it's important that I have your consent before I post anything. And even like you guys will not believe it. Even now, before posting a picture, I ask him if he's okay with it. Like, we're literally mad.
Mostly because there are photos where I look at myself like, ew, what is that? I'm like, no, this needs to be deleted.
That's not a social media problem. Let's not go there. But yeah.
That's a face problem.
That's a Sharon problem.
Oh, but please, go away. Like, you're done now. No more talking.
Is that because you're losing Sharon? Exactly. But yeah, so as I said, this is also very crucial and important. Or trolling people online, not cool.
Yeah.
Or bullying people online.
Because the thing is, what people don't realize is men have another way of solving problems. And as someone who's seen a lot of street fights in Dubai as well as India, you don't want to go down that dark road. And violence is like closer than you think. So don't say stupid things. I mean, being polite and kind and respectful goes
a long way. So I think this video would be about responsible social media. Yeah. And as responsible citizens, as responsible users of the internet, I think we should also become responsible consumers of what the apps that we are using.
Yeah.
To not cause harm to other people due to our actions, or to not have any consequences that would be detrimental to our own physical and mental
Yeah,
health.
and if you see something that you know is false or you
Yeah.
know is demonstrably false, always report it. 'Cause,
Definitely.
like it's up to us to have a clean space.
Correct.
Because social media has democratized information. But by that we can buy consensus, and educated populace is the foundation of a vibrant and successful democracy. So we can always eliminate bad sources of information and
Exactly.
bad news outlets. So we can, cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am.
Right.
So I think we have bugged Gyan area. I think, like you said, Sharwari was very nice to suggest a lot of solutions. I think it's
Right.
very important. I think I'll just say one thing. Is that why is this happening? And I think that the modern world is a depressing place, in my humble opinion. Architecture is depressing. The way we live, congested in these cities, forced to work in these squares, it makes us miserable at our core. It makes us feel like our soul is bereft. And then we seek to escape into a world of fantasy or a world of alternate reality, which is why games are coming up. Which is why social media is so, because when your life is barely survivable, then that is when you seek escape. I think that's it from my end. Unless you want to add something, I think it's a good place to end.
I guess that's it from my end as well. So, guys, become responsible consumers is how I'll end this video. And if you want to stop doom scrolling, there's no 1st January, there's no 1st of any month. Every day can be a new start. So, why not start tomorrow?
Yes. And like, share, and subscribe. See you.
See you guys. Take care.